Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Are you hearing me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday, our brilliant speakers were talking about monetizing apps and creating very effective affiliate programs, and also how important it is to build our brand and its reputation online by gathering social proof. But if we don't have clear and compelling message, we won't be able to scale up our business because no one will find us. Who agree with me? Yeah?
Agree,
Exactly. So I'm not a copywriter, so I won't be able to help you in that area for a clear reason. English is my first language. So maybe I could write something good in Polish, but I don't think it would be of use to you. But what I can do for you, I can help create beautiful, powerful and engaging attention grabbers. Or how Liam said yesterday, I can help you to spark the, was it
Curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity, that's the one. So would that be of help at all?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so when I started to think about marketing and stuff, I thought there are three things you need to consider. First of all, what's the outcome we want to achieve? So what's the purpose of our marketing? The second one was how people buy. What actually drives them to push the button, to actually complete the buying process. And the third one was what's the best way to communicate with them? Because as we all know, different things appeal to different people in a different way. So what I would love to talk to you about for the next 40 minutes or so, if I were on time, it's what's the actual purpose of marketing, what people buy, how we process and analyze information, how we can actually use all of the three to extend our reach, and how we can do it with 3D and CGI to use this in this process. Also, I would love to kind of explain and try to overcome some of objections you might have, and also we'll have a little bit of fun in the end, so we won't die by PowerPoint. If we'll have time, we can have some Q&A as well. So, what is the purpose of marketing? So, well, first of all, it's to start a relationship with customer, right? So it's like the virtual handshake or digital handshake. It's also to convey our message. So we need to make sure it's clear and compelling. Also to create and to get our brand recognized. So we need to make sure that as many people as possible knows about us, right? And by doing so, we will occupy the mind space, which means that if they need something that we've got, they will think about us, not about our competition. And last but not least, is to actually get people to buy from us, right? But what do we actually buy? Do we buy items? Do we buy products? Or do we buy solutions? We actually buy fulfillment to our basic needs, right? So it's food, everyone needs to eat. Everyone needs to live somewhere, and we need security as well, and clothing. We also like to be loved and have a high self-esteem and raise our work as well. Another reason would be to fulfill our desires. So there are stuff that we like and we love, and they look beautiful, so we want them, right? But like I said, I'm not a marketing specialist, I'm not a copywriter, so where am I? I'm actually a civil engineer, would you believe? So I used to work on sites, I used to work as a surveyor and as a site engineer. But after I got pregnant with my first child, together with my husband, we decided actually working on site is not for me anymore, because I cannot afford to spend months or weeks or half a year sometimes on construction site. I cannot be somewhere God knows where building the roads, or even working on T5. Actually, I was working on T5 at one point. So I started to use my 2D and 3D knowledge, and I got a job in a small company that was specialized in commercial design. So I started my journey with SketchUp and V-Ray. I think that's one of my first memories. So it's not very good, but you have to start somewhere, right? Then, when I was pregnant with my second child, I intended to go back to work, but life doesn't go as according to plan. So I had to take 5 years off my professional life and actually take care of my child or children. And as you all know, in digital space, 5 years is 50 years somewhere else. Yeah. So during the time I was at home with my children, I started to learn different softwares to be on point and to actually be up to date and be able to go back to work whenever I'm ready. I got a great opportunity to work for Line for Rock. I don't know how many is familiar with the company. Yes, so it's one of the largest privately owned construction companies in the UK. And I was involved in their prototype of modular housing. So it was very exciting to me. I actually was talking to one of the people in our room that it gave me the opportunity to work with architects and structural engineers. At the same time, I kind of be the middleman and the bridge in between those two. But I found out very quickly that actually corporate work is not for me, because I like to be as efficient as possible, and going to meetings and spending time basically chasing your own tail is not for me. And I said, well, I'm not actually contributing at all. What am I actually doing with my life? How do I help people? I don't. I just sit and basically clock in, clock out. I was actually told I walk too fast. So together with my husband, we decided to, actually I read this book first. And then together with my husband, we decided to start helping small and medium land and property developers to visualize their projects. That's how we started. So my first attempt of marketing was to actually write articles. So we started to write articles for property magazines. Then I started to speak on the PPNs and stuff, PPNs, which are the property meetings, to kind of gather more knowledge about the industry, and then to actually make the connections. Like Michael, I met actually Michael, one of them.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So yes, a couple more publications in there. So yeah, that's how I got in here. That's what I'm trying to convey to you. That's my message to you. Start using CGI, that's the short. So how do we process and analyze information? So most of us are actually visual learners, about 65%. So we are prone to use text or visuals to actually learn. Another 30% are auditory, so like to hear and listen and learn by listening. 5% of us actually prefer touch and feelings to actually make our decision and to process information. But all of us will do, we use secondary analysis by doing checklists, kind of pros and cons and stuff like that. So when I'm taking all of that into calculation and how we can actually grab people's attention, well, we need great copy, right? But with attention span of what, 3 to 5 seconds, how much you can actually convey in like what, 1-2 sentences? Not much, right? So we need something more compelling than that. And with copy, we're only addressing, again, 65% of people. So if we add image, that means that we actually are able to, would say that picture is 1,000 words, so we actually are able to address much more people and actually say much more just by capturing photo. But still, this only allows us to address 65% of people. So we need to do something more. So we need to add sound and create video, which allows us to basically capture and send our message to 100% of population. And that's all brilliant, because now we have this funny square things called smartphones, and we can actually do it very, very quickly just by actually, like Greg was showing yesterday, how quickly we can actually capture photos and do videos and stuff like that, and upload them to internet. But what Billard said today was, it all starts with an idea. And how you can capture something that doesn't exist yet. How you can convey your message if you have nothing to show. And that's where 3D comes to play. Because in virtual space, you can create anything. There are no laws of physics. Well, you can apply them if you want to, but if you want to fly, you can fly. No one will stop you. And another thing that 3D gives you that nothing else will is the multi-sensory experience. So you can actually imagine yourself standing in the middle of not existing house, walking the corridors, almost touching the walls, and you can actually be and experience it one-to-one scale. How powerful is that? So where can you use 3D and CGI? So for concept design, so this is one of our initial, not first, but we got a couple of years ago. So simple representation of a coffee stand. If you will take this and drop it into virtual shop, you know exactly where to place it, you know exactly if it will fit, which is so much more powerful than actually doing on a trial and error basis, isn't it? Again, another one. This one actually is designed to make sure that when you have a lady with a big bag and actually she's going, in the aisles, that she won't actually accidentally knock over quite expensive booze. So this was kind of designed to be able to move it around and then to have something to keep the bottles in place. You can also show building, how it will look like on the street. This is concept of mosque that I think it will be built. Yeah, they have permission already. So it will be built in Birmingham. So you can see exactly how it will look on the street, right? You are not able to do it with photo, you're not able to do it with video because the building doesn't exist. Again, this is a kitchen. Again, you can show exactly how it will look like in your room. You can show what shape it will have, which gives you the ability to have a perfect design for your plane as well, because no one will complain, oh, actually, I want it slightly lighter shade. You know exactly what you're getting. So, where is the time to actually adjust it? Now, not after the space, right? And again, before and after, how to replace ugly garages with the building. Very easy incorporation photo. So basically, it's predicting the future. So we can predict the future with 3D. This one was done as a concept design of. We created this one for Josh Reddit. He had this idea of creating mobile Bitcoin mining rigs. He was quite scared back then. But recently, actually, I saw an article about him. I think it was on LinkedIn. So basically, he turned £1,000 into £1 million in 8 months. So it's quite powerful tool as well to show what you can do. It's a sound number, but I don't think we don't have a connection. And I would love to have actually one of those graphic cards. They are £1,000 each. So very easy. You can show exactly what you want to, what's in your head, how you want it to look like. Another one, that's why you said that the laws of physics do not apply here. So you can show your design, basically just explode it and show exactly how it's built. So very easy to show all of the parts and present it nicely. And the funny thing is, you don't actually really need to build it in real life, so you don't have to spend the money on prototyping. You don't have to spend the money on trying to fix it. You can actually do the design review straight away in 3D, exactly if it fits, exactly if there are any problems and stuff like that. So product showcase, that's pretty easy. You can create different products and different. So imagine you're producing furniture, for example, and you have different sizes of, let's say, beds. You have different sizes of beds, you have different mattresses, you have different headboards, different colors. You can actually create one model and then just change the configuration, rather than having 300 beds made and just wait for someone to buy one. So it's very, very powerful and saves you money and on storage and on actually capital on stuff and building products. That's another one, which is video. This one shows you exactly what you can do with a box. That's very easy, just a box. And it shows you how it works, what are the sizes. So again, if you are in a market of product creation, very powerful tool to show all of the benefits and features very quickly, very easy, and quite compelling. Build to order, so build to measure, however you call it. For example, here we have an example of interior design. Now imagine, I don't know if you work with difficult clients, I did, and now imagine trying to stage a house, let's say with the first design, and then you have like, you know what, I don't really like it, okay, so change everything to the other design, and then the client says, you know what, I like the first one better. Just imagine how much legwork, how much time you have to waste to actually please your client. With something like that, they can just pick, okay, I like this one. If they change their mind, okay, I try this one, and you know, and there's no problem at all. And it takes only a day longer to actually do it in the 3D space. Again, different modular office furniture. Again, you can have your clients to order whatever they want and just build after they already paid for it, which means you don't have to actually lock your capital in the stock. That's another one. That's actually like this one. Is the presentation of how you can design your garden. So it's not just photos, not just drawings, you can just have something quite interactive and fun for you guys. You have different design, you can show your client different design and then keep like one world. Like I said, we are mostly working in property, so most of our examples will be actually property related. So imagine trying to sell block of flats. This is actually commercial conversion. How many of you are actually familiar with this, commercial conversion?
Yep.
Yeah, so you actually take an empty commercial building, maybe offices or shops, and convert them into flats. So imagine trying to sell off-plan with a photo like that. Who would you actually attract with a photo like that? Another developers probably, or someone who would nick your project off you. But if you would do something like that with the same space, you can start advertise your apartments very, very quickly. You don't have to wait until they're built. You can just start attract and create and generate leads very, very quickly. Again, with this one, yeah, try to sell it. What is actually, can you actually see anything on this? Yep. There are just black lines and black lines, right? Again on that one. Yeah, okay, it is a house, but that's it. What can you tell from this drawing? Nothing. And if that's the stage that you are trying to start advertise in, okay, you don't have good yet. So yeah, I'm not really interested. But if you do something like that, which is basically creating and overlaying the 3D model on the photo, on exactly the same photo, that's completely different story. You can actually start to advertise, for example, on the right very, very quickly, and save lots of money on even cost of finance. That's another concept, basically how we can show the whole development. So this one is modular housing in Poland. That's why they drive on the wrong side of the road, or actually the right side. On the wrong side. So yeah, so again, you can show, this one is more to show you the lifestyle you can have, like kind of how can you spend your free time in your garden, basically. So the different designs to appeal to different type of people, to appeal to different audiences. Yeah, so like I said, most of our efforts are in property. So this is kind of one stuff that we do. I think Shelly mentioned that we used the Oculus before. How many people actually saw and played with the Oculus before? Okay, few. So if you saw Oculus and you're kind of familiar with it, it's kind of quite heavy equipment. It requires quite upfront investment, once in the software and then in the hardware as well. So what we try to kind of do is to make it much easier and more accessible to people. So this is online-based VR. So basically you can embed it on your website. And to actually operate it, all you need is your mobile and Google Cardboard or the glasses actually markerize them. It's slightly more sophisticated, but they actually cost I think £5, so they are really expensive. And yeah, this actually the video is actually recorded on the desktop, so you can actually watch it on any computer that you've got. So this was recorded on the desktop mode. On the mobile, you will have another button here with the VR, which will split your screen and you can use it in a proper VR mode with the national plan. Yeah, you can actually immerse yourself into the project. And again, you can change materials as well. So if you're trying to create bespoke arrangement or bespoke configuration of the house or whatever you're trying to sell, you can do that here as well. You can add annotations, so again, you can create proper marketing material. And that's sounds and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what our demos are. So if you want to demos, yeah. So if you want to check it out, then feel free to go to the website and try to do that. There's one more thing which we'll play later. This is our augmented reality application. So we're going to play with data. But during our 2-year journey, we actually found that most people have objections in using the CGI. It's not because it's not so popular, it's very difficult to actually convince people to start using it. Most common one is fake, it is misleading. And as anything, yes, right, it can be abused. Because people are just people, and they will try to screw over the but with CGI, it's all based in data. So basically, the data they are giving us, that's what we're giving to you. So it's all based on numbers. So, for example, these are proposals. One is a bedroom, and that is the house, and that's how they look like in real life. So, okay, there are discrepancies, but it's almost 95% accurate. Which I cannot say about that, for example. Or that. Then again, if McDonald's will try to sell the real burgers, how many people will go there to actually buy the burger? But we go there because we're hungry. So after we're there, it doesn't really matter how it looks like. As long as it fills my belly, I'm fine, right? This would be another great example. So I was looking for leggings, the other day, and this started to come up all the time. So I thought, oh yeah, if I could actually, just kind of find the magic fabric that will, take the years of abuse and make it disappear, that would be brilliant. But then my logical thinking says, oh, but you will actually look more like that. But then again, if they will show me this advert, plenty of time, I will finally click the button to buy, because maybe they actually found something magical. Maybe there is, you never know, just progressing all the time, right? And don't get me started on this one. My dad has three. He started to use them 10 years ago, and he still doesn't have this. But he's still listening, so that's not. Another one would be, I don't need it. And there is one really, really nice phrase, I've heard one of the events like that, and it goes like, past performance doesn't
guarantee success.
Exactly, doesn't guarantee future success. I will change this one. I was really practicing for it. So yeah, past performance doesn't guarantee future success. And if giants like that, still using CGI, what we should do, look what the giants do and model them, right? So this is a video, this one is done by Microsoft, so I know most of us are probably Apple fans, so I'm sorry, I don't find one for Apple. But yeah, they're using the CGI in pre-launch, which is very, very powerful, because they kind of get our attention, they whet our appetite. And it will go, and we'll actually wait for the next thing to come before we buy. I found it. I'm not actually an Apple user because my line of work Apple isn't good enough. Sorry. But I found out actually that anticipation that Apple is able to build with their new stuff coming up is just remarkable. They're just so good in the market. People are freaking queuing to actually get, just to get be first to start using the stuff. So the 3D is actually really, really, really powerful. There will be another one. It's expensive. It can be. It can be. I actually written a few blog posts about how to choose the right expert for you. And to make sure that you actually not overpaying. Like I said, I'm a specialist in property visualization and stuff like that. My friend Patrick there, Patrick, wait, please. He is an expert in creative product design and photography. So if you find the right person, they'll be able to help you. And then make sure you're not picking the one-trick pony. And what I mean is make sure that your specialist won't use the spoon to dig the apple, basically. Because it will cost you money, it will cost you time, and you won't be any wiser, to be honest. Focus on return on investment. So yes, like I said with the rate, we help this guy create the vision of his prototype, and he actually escalated his business and being able to cash in £1 million in 12 months. How powerful is that? And then the last part that least start small. So you don't have to go straight away from VR, to start with imagery, to start with something small and see how it works. And then decide if that's something that works for you, basically. So where's the time to start using CGI? Like our friend Bill said, as soon as you have an idea, that's the best time to start. Because you might save so much time on trying to create the perfect product just to find out that no one will buy it. Because you don't have time to test the market, because you're waiting for actually building it in real life before you will sell it, or you try to find out if the people actually want it. So now we get to the fun part. So if you will scan the code and you'll get our app, it's free. There's no upsales, no in-sales, no anything in there yet. But we you can use the leaflets.
Yeah, leaflets you can take, guys.
Yeah, and if you will take, you can scan this and just. And then when you put your phone on top of the plant, it will transform into 3D. Yeah, so if you are scanning QR code, then use the application and then overlay the QR code on the plant view. It should change into 3D. Okay, come on guys, keep moving.
It's slow down there.
Oh, it's not. Okay, so yeah, so we can
I've noticed that today.
just leave it for a second. So, yeah, that would be me. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. By the way, we actually recently started our YouTube channel and we need subscribers, so please subscribe. For the updates. And also, to be honest, the reason I actually asked you to subscribe is when we started, we gave it a strange name. So now to actually change it, we need at least 100 subscribers. So if everyone in the room will subscribe, then we get us to change the name of the channel. Thank you very much.